no a Christopher hotelfo anase esoma wodoma hotelfo ebenya de akwakodi ho anase edin ene wo nanso eni ho ehye nipa da sani ebetu akwiem ene onyankropon akwatra democracy eyema bibifo anase enyema yen kwasi broni trim popa ene sentia wode vaccination eba abibiman mu na family plan so mpo no ehye ben ana kwasi broni hye ye ewodi krom enti a wode etoa yen eba ne sen ana gay ati atese ewo wiase afana nyinara ene we se illuminati ene we se freemason ene we se sumwe mu ni nyinara ahyase free no broni timpo a wode sanyema we nyinara eba no de atoa bibimam no ene sen we entram so hwe wake up Africa kwasiada we ni kwasiada bia awia dumienu ekopem awia no mienu live on Royal TV eye adwumadi a ofa poku danko ye executive director edema freedom mind movement ene ofa Israel Nkrumah a eye coordinator edema freedom mind movement no
ebeka me Kofi Kumi ho
na yesim konya na madi dwumadi ho chiame na ensem bia tise no ye gina twekronkron so abakosem ene ntwere ahodo so na ide mo hu ba bia obibini ufiri enu mu a edro ene soma wosombo na mabrofo sisi a che ebra so se call together twele kaye no etumi bam ne no ana hya ase o freedom mind movement dwumadi e fese wake up Africa dwumadi so praso se ye fa dwumadi live on Royal TV so kwasiada we ni kwasiada bia awia dumienu kopim no mienu na ya jo so adwenche na wasemmisa yeye ano edi amount wake up Africa abibiman mama yen sore
one business general Abatown Ayeniko multimedia so pay video editing photo shoot photo editing documentary business advert music video funeral program birthday parties onua uni haukra esan say Niko multimedia ebeye ni nyina na so yen yo so we your wedding papa bi Niko multimedia si en ha ho kra o me cover ni nyina ma so we are sorry anaso say we ejumakuo bi a opesa u streaming live u program aye social media handles na aye Twitter Facebook and the keka ho na Niko multimedia si woni how esan so mo ye ni nyina live abra program na ekoso Niko multimedia si omotonton gadget aye media gadget papa ebini aye audio and video equipment cameras speakers microphones mixers nyina Niko multimedia aye ho adwuma Niko multimedia ewo Koforidia eho ana motare betimi afrend Niko multimedia ewo 0244549107 aye Niko multimedia the media general ewo town. Thank you.
Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesu etwe no toni ba
abusia sabu when you do our share media ya tuni din say wake up Africa Royal Television so na no say osomfo Kofi Kumi kwesi adadu na premoto say ya na magimagua me ne mpanyifo mienu bi na yesin konwa na dwumadi ye de asomo ofa ya opoku dankwa ye executive director edema eku FN Freedom Mind Movement one ne ba Israel Nkrumah ono so ye national coordinator edema eku FN Freedom Mind Movement premo atu die ene kwesi yi mpanyifo no ene me no kasa yi omumienu nyina ewo fidua mu abusia ene de ye nwa panyi Israel otimi abedu bibia ede ne kuba bia okoye bia djumadi okodi ya na fede wawie abama yipuma kwan mu abeka yensa enti waje agwa na mbete ne nka sania anipa bi frɛ ya no mo kasa ya fe no ayi se menchiao tada no wote ye dia Dominic frɛ Dominic se ho obuase Dominic frɛ pa na o se baby a wo bia no enti Dominic ene obra panyi watre agwam minimisa mu nyina mafe no ya de besom pepepe senia da omoye no onim se ofa de atena sisi ya abakosem mpensem mu ne hwehwe a wayafa ewiase amamuo esikasem anamotu abrabom nsem ne ya mamra ne ade papa yi ene owia onso hwa o na ne ya na enwanwa se owia no wasande ni nyina be link to the Bible no ye base no eno ka na ya na aya age nkrofo nsem nkrofo frame eno na gesa age om nsem eno ena na wotwe ne ne ofatena ase no odi ewura mu a structure adjustment of adi ewura mu se we ade a abibimamu ya dia to ma ne ofa ba bia structure adjustment ye de boye ho mrane de boye ho mosa chese enya asem ketwa ofa de ewura mu kire ba bia efi ene tirimupo a etai saade na chi a kwasi kokko nwini ye na ɔde hyɛ ase wɔ America na ɔde yɛ ya ma ne manfo hu sɛ ɛyɛ adwumadie mu ɔde ɛne sɛ owie na ɔyɛ nneɛma bi bata ho tax munji tax moma companies ni nyuma mo wɔ no momfa ma ankorankora na momfa ne nyina na ankorankora na gɛsɛ ɔmo ogye because ɔmo yɛ ankorankora nti ɔmo yɛ ne saa nneɛma ne nyina ba bedi ɔmo nsɛm ampa ɔmo fa so ma nne Ghana ha structure adjustment ebimam ɔfa de yɛwura mu kyerɛ yɛn ma yɛhu sɛ saa botae ɛtɛkyire no ɛnyɛ sɛ wo aban wo be benefit dabi ana menu mienu a yɛ manfo no yɛn gasa yɛ wɔ ya gudie ne yɛ nneɛma sɛsɛ nka bɛboa yɛn no aban ne bɛhwɛ no wa fa pan ɔbɛfa so ɔbɛyɛ ne yie no dabi ɔmo kukyire saa nneɛma yi nyinaa ma nne aban bia ɛde democracy baayɛ religion bɛfa mu saa nneɛma yi nyinaa no na gɛsɛ tirimpo wɔ akyira education ɛna ɔmo de ka ho sɛ momfa nkɔ Africa momfa nkɔ ma wɔm yɛtie video bi a na ɛkyerɛ kora sɛ education ɔmo de brɛ yɛ kora no yɛkɔ ne kwa adeɛ na yɛsua na yɛnwura na ɔmo sɛ ɔmo de hyɛ tirim because wobɛwie no untimi mfa enya hwe manufacture untimi nya manufacture untimi nya hwe gese what ya to ye ho agu ofa na wotwe ne ne ema dawe nyina adi ena minim se watena sei obewura bama ne so na owura so a wonim se nsem no se tie ni bede pa na wayi ni nyina apie me ne wo aka ne sa no afei yenhye announcement yi so eye kumase ane Willie ɛkyerɛ sɛ Kumase Obuase yɛfɛ Konongo Odumase ɛne ne mpɔtam aka nyinaa no munya so na muntie na ɛyɛ na wɔtwe sɛ nnɛ ɛyɛ meminda ɛyɛ ndra na wɔtwe meminda ɛbɛyɛ wɔ anim ɛbɛyi Kumase bɛyɛ fundraising ɛyɛ on the 21st of June ya on bɛyɛ fundraising ne nyinaa yɛ nim sɛ Kumase ahye dwumadie soronko ase a radio program a omo ya asese omo de ahyeta babia e Kumase ne mpɔtam no ɛno ɛho fundraising ɛna mudikani bodawuro sɛ momomoden na ɛnewi memende wɔ yanim yi momɛsɔ na sen momra na munyina nkamom ɔdɔkoro akomakoro na momfa nyɛ sa dwumadie no mfa mpesi kakra na muntimi mfa mmɔ dwumadie no chidom sɛ bɛya radio program na mahya ase no ebegyina ne nase na gyina brane ɛno ɛna welisa mefanto Kumase ɛne ne mpɔtam nyina nim timpanyifo a ɛwɔ Kumase ɛne ne mpɔtam nyina no monhyɛ ne so mayɛ na mo ne mo manfo nyina emotwi na mo nyina ntumi enkopiem ɛwɔ asem memenda ɛwɔ yanim yi na dwumadi monyɛ emfa nhyɛ ɔbɔadeɛ anuonyam moya wonim sɛ ɔbɔadeɛ sɛ hwɛ medie na yɛ na woya ɔno nso ebihyirawo maka ne saa wie no yɛda obi bi ase ndra school a course no mpanyinfo national council mpanyinfo ebetaya akire ajata no mu nyina ajata kasa beji na gwa ana ochinchim fidie ni ade ane eja ankofodia abontin so na otare di utu obo ade nhirawo eja wa na wabo ye chidom eba ya media asem ne ya fidie sem a obo ade ebe ya okese ane enu nti na mpanyinfo se mefa aseda ma reps ni nyina ene ada executives amutimi ebo twi na mbepie mu wɔ school a se yegusu esuade a yɛde ɛkɔ yanim mu amantimi ama no ɛno a topic no na ɛde yie na topic a ɛhu hia yie pa topic a ubeti bia kebeboa opa isanse nema bi koso wo ye man mu a ye nim ne fare ban na de ban da bi efi ne kwan ye fa so asade ne nyina bae ofada na di ma ye hu andra adunti na ye hye ye ka se eye school foforo no ye sha mu nyina momoden na muntumi mra na enhye obo ade edin anuonyam afi ebia na woni fi na nso dwumadi opese oka ho ane okwa be fontentan so a wake up Africa GH ohwehwepe onsa be kan yen e wo Facebook YouTube obeka ho obehwe ne live na wo so waka dwumadi ho matena si wo SMS na WhatsApp message fabre me maji mreyi mekenkan e de amawo number no 0206 519335 0206 519335 afi yan na mpanyifo na di na ye wo no yentumi emfa nhye so Israel
komi
no baba
yo so
afi opa
mama
edmen mi se waba me de mi se o nam kwan so ane nti last week na me say board dawro se o nam kwan so na wabedu ampa enu nti mo akwaba abusua ne nyina e mo akwaba okay e da se abe
Kofi
Aba, Makaba.
Major so.
You say if you ever
Oba de ada over.
Edobadi ase.
Bia de din.
Edobadi ase. Emi say na watching in there tena ase na obie sansem so ma anopai no ma bone tofa amabusua ni nyina ho ba bia emi say obi eni ho na last week no one tena TV no ho a enei so otena ho a at least obe have an idea of last week near course so structure adjustment trimu pa wo mu eni kwan e fa so omo de ba ya enti ene e de edu ba bia mpempen so yedu a omo ne enim se beboa yen nanso abisi ne fiti kwame nkoma breso ena omo gitom nso bisi ne ye ho hwe o kire ya kire Africa nyina o enim se if you had there ha na fa nyansa tase nyansa nyansa pe nyansa na ye de atu anamo eni ti abusua na ye krado jimre bibiri amanhwe ya asembeto me da se over dan bibia de ma
Yo kobi da se de di ka ye be chia ahwefo gina
yo ahwefo ni je so
na wo enkraso nkubi ma fofobi
okay
se fofobi de o mu a ne ate ne nka
okay
enti fofobi ba bia wo bia ye chiaw
okay
enkrano kosi kwakuso anam se na ono so ananti de ni nam ye no anope ya do bi so mu se he fofobi nkrano hwe no amfedi enti fofobi ya chiaw le da se
ye ba fofobi ofa se enkrano ne nsa akapa nti obade enhira wo
da se na no firi akofi wow da bia we introduction no ya no ani agi no akofa Federal Reserve ho na o di kofa free structure that's where they share in the Bra Africa but aye ni nyina aka ho twere say o ma ahwefo so ahu say o so asua nti na no na no kre na o twetwe mu no e ba ye no ye kan no ko tu mrika kokan say Ghana de na mka say David Ghana de ne de eye ene
enam kwan so ayeba
Indiana ne ba be Ghana experience structure adjustment ye kan Africa generally but ene no ye the pictures ene ba be kan story no ene de mi video Israel ne be videos it is a pictures no ye de ko dia the first picture no see saying
picture edi kan no abodi eda so ne cover of book Martin Meredith, The State of Africa, A History of 50 Years of Independence. Pacho mo fa sa picture no book no ento so enfama yen.
The book in the cram in some way.
Okay. Pacho mami fa enkyere ha. Mbese mo hu se book ni da so no live e wa ha of adiaba live eno ani aha book ni da so no of akura no ha live okay
and the book no second picture I go page 371
okay second picture no Martin Meredith, The State of Africa, A History of 50 Years of Independence, page 371 mo fa ento so enfama yen
obekai and my market
okay me ba to page no aye kan no e da so no fa market ba bi ayo se yen kan no na no e ho na make kan pepepe The star performer unexpectedly was Ghana's military ruler, Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings. Rawlings stepped into the stage in 1982, surrounded by Marxist advisors, expressing his admiration for the likes of Castro and Gaddafi and railing against the baneful effects of imperialism.
They had mono, they all can say, come and fly Lieutenant Rawlings, a take power. Now, don't say, young people are all Ghana, that is a coming to Marxist ideas. A to the extent to say, woman by say an opportunity. Ebe mo hunu say emre bi aso a ye ba be ye bibie tisa and woman the bar around and programs ahudo so dey wa ye bi no show admiration Castro ne nipa Gaddafi nso ye ne nipa ne ne ma nti na chesa akoye ti say ho ne bi e be nyammoa na de aye baby de ba be de tumi ni age imperialism no ya bonu nyina agu ya presi e tenase ne ehu say Marxist ideas no de ba be je o man ne de atetre to aso.
But after launching a series of populist experiments, he recognized the need for a different approach. By 1983, Ghana was close to collapse. Food supplies were unpredictable. Production levels were at an all-time low. Expenditure on health in real terms was 1/4 of what it had been in 1976. Medical facilities were unavailable. Infant mortality has risen from 80 per 1,000 to 120 per 1,000 in 7 years. Roads were impassable. Inflation had reached 123%. Loss-making parastatal organization devoured 10% of government expenditure. In 1983, the Ghana Cocoa Marketing Board employed more than 130,000 people who handled a crop less than half the size, dealt with more deficiency by
efficiently.
Okay, people who handled a crop less than half the size dealt with more efficiently by 50,000 employees 20 years earlier. Per capita gross domestic product was declining at the rate of 7% annually. Compounding the crisis, 1 million Ghanaians were expelled from Nigeria, and the severe drought brought power cuts and bush fires.
Enti buku no owura no oto no Martin Meredith eba out emra Ghana did 50 years. Apparently no, Ghana was the first country sub-Sahara Africa onya independence. 50 years of independence no. Now share Ghana e di Africa nyina sa hifa na e di adu. E di okenkan ye no star performer Fly Lieutenant Rawlings no onu etetu no ba ye no na wagitu mi but hwanum na betu no fo hwanum na beboa no e na Marxist foi omo eyi omo nim ndi mpanyimfo a omo ba mu nyina no ye Marxist omo share socialist ideas omo the Marxism so dey ni populist programs dey ni ene nam omo ye bia yankotwi koko evacuation omo dey hu agum yankoye harvesting we ni akotwa omo ye sa na ma nyina wo Ghana wa na wo ha in the 80s no uhu ni nyina bi se ekoko so na ni nyina achi no na still no ye ha no de ne da wo ho is a Rawlings time no e dey face severest drought opeke CBC e ma eja hihie se na okenkan ni nyina ba enti enuane de ho ye na me mani ni mi hunu bi se wo mo no adokunu ton no edu ba bi na nkofo koto dokunu no omo akonoa de o ka so o twa ma bia oni mo mba beto dada enti no na akwa ti se wo de fama me ni amekofi akwa akonoa ekomo ho manini na nyadoa ne niema na ebi ni ho bofre amanketenkete no ena na nkofo sinsini di ye ti se nyadoa banja hai ena na nkofo puto di aduane
sekuntomre
na kondo okofa yi opesi okofa za niema no ho etida tum se severe drought no yi niema bebre aba manipa ho chiro samina na even na okwa akonya ayi samina store akwakoto bibia sa enti samina bi ban mini woman no me yes your friend don't touch me
Azuma blow.
Don't touch me Nina ba say nema na Ghana for use no. It was a period and then for your experiment on how to survive. When we know, if you be bad, and if from phone to the sense your shoulder bones, no show. Am I to need say Rawlings chain? And we now were in the 80s. And the book no, they are in any. And by you want to call, send a near city. Mommy uncle Cuba, and uncle say, Castlevania, Moabidia, Boya, or Mukobaya.
Where Dodge?
Gaddafi, your barber has a winner Kakramaya.
Where Dodge?
It's like I am day. Yes, any Sadia, the divestiture, the flower saying, World Bank. It's not yet the socialist way. After labeling them imperialists, why I will almost have the Mosako, Aquaco Pemwa, Internet. But one consul said a book in the kind. Ghana collapse no enti die ne be ya ye betimi e de akwakonya. Next picture.
The next picture no Martin Meredith, The State of Africa, A History of 50 Years of Independence, page 372. Mufasa picture no for me. Okay, 372A. Okay.
372A ni.
Okay.
1983.
Yo, baby of our market I kind of in 1983, with the support of the IMF, World Bank, Rawlings embarked on wholesale reform, accepting market disciplines and a reduced role for the state. Cocoa producer prices were increased almost immediately, quadrupling in value between 1983 and 1988. We are acknowledging the historic debt of the whole nation to the farmer, declared Rawlings, and have thus repudiated the monstrous injustice of a past in which we virtually ran the machinery of the state on the tired backs of rural producers and provided little for their basic needs.
That's it. Enti yako IMF. Enti that we are negotiations. Next picture.
Next picture no abodino eye. People's Daily Graphic. 19 July 1986. Give aid in the name of humanity or being appeals to donor countries. Pacho mo fast picture nso so mai.
Enti na be negotiations. Yani IMF wa kushia. Enti meeting edi kan no amokushia no. Ena Ghana for na obo nkum no. Ena so-called development partners. Almost na we ni fan. Na na Mr. PV Obin eko kan say, "Oh, yesre mo hwe nyame anim na mo mwae na esre kra akwa." Wodim de wodon sa akoka o kwa akosre wodi nyame kwa akosre. Chastisement no infiti ase no bi no. Enti no say wodi o ba say mo hwe nyame anim na mwae de a enya no nsunti no mo ho. By in first paragraph.
Okay, yo. Give aid in the name of humanity Obing appeals to donor countries. Mr. P.V. Obing, chairman of the Committee of Secretaries and PNDC member, has declared that aid by donor countries should be given in the name of assisting humanity and not set on conditional terms, which seek to compromise the political position of recipient countries.
Oh, there are also channel. My conditions. We are going to move in Yamianim. Now, Brony, so Unia Ninia Binu. No, baby, no. Oh, true. Oh, no, Niaji. As I watch you now, now, but home was a mammy conditions, and is a winning Bruni. And our grandma would do who come on. Now, won't see us. Into someone In any case, I have next picture.
Okay. The next picture no People's Daily Graphic 26 September 1986. Ghana's bold experiment. Fasa picture no enti so my.
And so we kind first paragraph now. Bruni winner or the buy.
Okay. Okay. Yo, first paragraph now I say a bold economic experiment is unfolding in the West African nation of Ghana. As the rest of Africa watches instantly, Ghana presses forward with a far-reaching program of economic reform. So far, the results are impressive. Nearly 3 years of solid economic growth after a decade and a half of economic deterioration and decline. But okay.
And you also cannot drink. So at least Obaba here was sending a winter program. There's a one. Oh, man, yeah. And you may call ye says Bruni ordinance or no be FIFA for one. Let us say what you have to say. Bruni cross my idea and your macam. Yeah. Next picture.
Next picture no Ghanaian Times 8th May 1987. Donors pledge $800 million. Mufasa picture no ento so much.
And the meeting no amukọ no ne go come no eswaba. Empenyimfo ka say oh yate nemum yes ya mama ano ho basha asede no. Ebe mamu $800 million. Nam de frase nam de aye adwuma.
Yes ka ketewa o.
Ene de ba ya de kura yen ya de ko yen. Entini akeka kansam bebre akyerɛ wɔ mu deɛ ɛsɛ mu yɛ sika de apɛgye ɛno ntra sɛ de ama mu sesi a yɛ hwɛ sɛ mbɛyɛ hu bibi ɛdeɛ bɛ nneɛma ne ka ase mu ne anti 300 ai ɛbɛ sika $800 million yɛ de gu hɔ enti ɛhwɛ the next picture
ne Martin Meredith, The State of Africa, a History of 50 Years of Independence, page 370. No far enter so my of a critical terms on that.
Oh, that also.
TV article.
Enti Ubekai.
Okay. Yo. The Dasono are na ye kaino. Where once they had encouraged state ownership, now they sought to enhance the scope of the private sector, contending that private enterprise was more effective. Among the measures they stipulated in return for their assistance, the IMF World Bank required governments to devalue currencies, remove subsidies.
Now can I beginning to subsidies no feel so sika no kwa devalue
nti IMF won hye with the mom no one back we dikan devalue currencies, remove subsidies, reduce tariff barriers, raise agricultural commodities prices.
Adentia because all the raw materials no ba wo tia sika kase ama akrafo I encourage you won benya ne bebre na de kodu ha na aka tell say dey. So when supply exceeds demand, as a tick off. How that?
Yeah. Okay. I say raise agricultural commodity prices, cut back bloating bureaucracies, sell or close state enterprises.
Sell or what?
Close. Sell or close state enterprises. Deregulate prices.
You price control feel.
Yeah.
And then the goods no I'm finding a level. And won't pledge $800 million. No.
I say reduce budget deficits and public borrowing and lift restrictions on foreign investments. Overall, the aim was to overall, the aim was to get government to shift from consumption to favor by elites to investment.
Say elite for the consumption. Maybe are satisfied.
Like I said, never bomb some. Now, Omonia and Faswana Cassia
do the man diverting them.
Okay.
And you know, you say buy, you know. You go ahead next picture. You didn't buy.
Your next picture, no, I say People's Daily Graphic, 28 May 1988. Divestiture of selected state-owned enterprises in Ghana. Invitation to interested investors. What was that picture? Not some for my. Of him say.
Enti Montown aban nyumano na nkono na eti committee divestiture implementation committee. Nti wo mo na dey advert ye di kan yi baaye. Se bo rahemu aban nyuma we no a shedam ye hunu ni ye nti wa pese odo sika be shebu na na se otono ekwan da ho nti ye advert yi ene ke say e baaye. Go on. Next picture.
No, Ghanaian Times. 4th November 1998. $601.7 million earned from sold souls.
And you know, state-owned enterprises, you know, advert in 88. And after, your man at 1998. Say, Yanya Sika $601.7 million. And nam aben humano ye ton ye. Over there come. Next picture.
Daily Graphic, 6th March 1999. Government backs 909 billion cedis from sale of state-owned enterprises. What's up, challenge to my
and he the ban on and he did come at year 1998 is $601.7 million. A year later, and almost have a country say, and I said, wait, November, December, January, February, March, about 5 months.
Yes.
And I've been back and say, you told me we are 909 point something. We are dollars, no, you convert here, we are Sikayana. Wow, we have now our open contact. And I know so Baba Senko. And what you know, and President Rawlings, Sam Baba can say, oh, more state enterprises be a cry, a seaton, on a brandy. So when young of Rambo to me for never be a coso one, why not? And you know, you are buying you my baby, your president.
Next picture, no, Ghanaian Times. Sorry. Next picture, Daily Graphic. 29th April 1999. More state enterprises to be divested. President. Pacho first picture into somewhere.
Engineer president, why can we create?
Okay. Pacho I don't know that's no. Daily Graphic. I say more state enterprises to be divested. President Jerry John Rawlings has said that the government is committed to the development of the private sector and that more state enterprises would be divested. He said out of 300 state-owned enterprises that were targeted for divestiture, 82 of them are yet to be divested. These include banks, the Ghana Airways, State Transport Corporation, and agricultural companies. The president said this when he addressed the ongoing summit dubbed "Attracting Capital to Africa" in Houston in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enti yatombi yebu akunta bia maye. Ose bebre so nam kwa mu a ye ba beton. Enu mu na Diversity Implementation Committee esa de information be by next picture.
Daily Graphic, 12 May 2000. Dick invest 233 enterprises. DIC divest 233 enterprises. No first picture into so my.
Enti wọ́n sá di we say ba enti de ni aton dada no eni de ye nton ye no eno ne e kan se na omu ma ebu akonta si nya 909 ena wo ha in 1999 nana. Because we 2000 ena fe mu saka advert nko amde ba ye no companies na wo ho no ne dodo ye se nko na advertise ye but obuna na wo ho no obuna ehwe so obuna betimi aka de omo epeso omo ka kire mu a next picture no Daily Graphic 28 July 2015. I say Premier Industrial Enclave collapses. North Industrial Area becomes hub for churches, warehouses. Pacho move us up picture no into so my. Enti na ko ba say properties no aye ton no. Afi de uko North Industrial Area. The obehu ni say ye ton factories bebree wo honom. Sabre ehona na eja the industrial hub of the country. But Adam say yem ton no aban de na wo mu wo hono. Ene de edon to so don komi ye ton. Enti ye tututi ye by 2015 no e de hu say properties are now over there factories. That means the road no aba ye ensori any warehouses. Kan kakra ma me.
Okay. Your kind Premier Industrial Enclave collapses. A year graphic in a bit so no. As we were about 3 decades ago, majority of young people, whether skilled or unskilled, turned to the North Industrial Area in Accra for jobs. The First Republic designated the area and industrial enclave to lead in Ghana's import substitution policy. Some of the subsidiaries of the Ghana Industrial Holding Corporations, GIHOC, such as GIHOC Distilleries, the GIHOC Vehicle Assembly Plant, and Electronic Plant, were located in the area, in addition to the numerous private industries. Okay.
Enti no de abandi e mo e ka kire say yan ton sa na emani nyina no ye betonton. Enti e kata ye ne eti ye no in places of the factories no and the status ye hu no en sorry dan ene ne emeke ka ho. Eyi ngofo adi ama unemployment no rate no e kosro ama sese ahokire e na aba aban no adwuma mu civil service emu nso no yese nipa ndorso bia ubeko ministry baako drivers oye be 13 vehicles nso oye mienu enjino na say itimi hwe ni ehwe ediwe num nyina no say ya promise $800 million na ya my conditionalities we ya yenso yemfa nche obia ubeko se ne sabeka ye di aye di betimi e di aye entino factories na bedane and sorry ama onye ubeka
okay
so betimi akan dia ha baabi asia mo e ba no
okay
titu ha no ene e kan bibi yes sir
okay I say afa asro ha no no asia no ana asia asro
asia de untumi kan ti na mo kan ha no
I say for instance the Christ Embassy holds 2 church service on Sundays, 1 on Monday evening.
Christ Embassy, no, a factory. One area hold.
Okay. Sundays, 1 on Monday evening, 1 on Wednesday afternoon, and another on Friday evening. The Grace Cathedral of the Grace Outreach Church also holds 3 church service on Sundays and an evening service on Wednesdays. The Winners Chapel and the Lighthouse Chapel also have churches in the North Industrial area.
Enti hub of churches no and what we have bobo ebidin. Enti whether no nyina ba ye yinkofo adi. Emranti ani maba e peduma ye. Your next picture no dey.
Your next picture no abodi edaso no Daily Guide 8 June 2021. Choice. Ghanaian attitude cartoon. Move sa picture no to so for my.
Na obekan cartoon no. What do you know where you have me? Ara daso no enti obekan unhu ade.
Choice. Ghanaian attitude. Okay, before 1960.
Before 1960s,
70s,
1970s,
80s,
1980s. And then
jobs, industrial areas, private and government profits and loss production. Okay.
Today,
and today, more churches than factories. Factories converted to churches. So who for fixed jobs? A question I will be sir. It be God, it be Jesus, or it be we.
It's not as I say. I saw them or the man telling about how mu pay Jumayo. But they are no harm say. Maybe a asshole says no factory. I got having come on Kajuma no way. Jumai. And say, and also about the demo. Yeko. I mean, a TSC structure adjustment. Next picture.
Next picture near West Africa, 14 July 1986. Ghana's long road to recovery. Move us up picture and to Somalia.
83. So the night here. Dr. Kosibuchi, Light Lieutenant J.J. Rawlings, and Mr. P.V. Obin. Omo, and structural adjustment, you know. Say West African magazine, Ekano, Ghana's long road to recovery.
These are big names in Ghana.
Hey, that's what I'm going to be able to see almost. Next picture.
Yo, next picture here. West Africa, 14th July 1986. Long road to recovery, page 1466. Okay. Yo. The patch of Mufasa and okay, that's so. The view of Amaki say and kind of a long road to recovery since Easter 1983. The PNDC government has introduced a number of much needed but unpopular and hence courageous policy measures relating to the exchange rate, the wage and salary structure to the wage and salary structure to public sector employment, the state enterprise sector, the export sector, and the reform of the distorted price structure.
And Yakano very unpopular, your friends say, measures. And it is a take care. You did restructure Ghana. Now, no. In some sense, so bad and but next picture.
Next picture, no, trilateralism. Trilateralism. The Trilateral Commission and Elite Planning for World Management, edited by Wholesale, page 29. Mufasa picture no into some family. Okay. The picture no that's so no baby of our market na ye can. The IMF program of economic stabilization spells austerity. Spells austerity for the mass of the population.
West Africa no very unpopular decisions were taken.
Yeah. Measures are designed to entice foreign investment.
Let there be our guy say almost pledge $800 million. Name this has satisfied certain conditionalities.
Okay. So-called luxury, social welfare programs like food and education subsidies are dismantled. Wages are kept down. Harsh repression is often needed to carry out a forced cut in already meager living standards and redirect resources to the export business sector, the key sector for economic health in the IMF's view, which is largely foreign-owned and controlled. Not surprisingly, the Commission has recommended a strengthening and expansion of the IMF's role in monitoring the international monetary system and managing interdependence. As Fred's Hinklemet points out, the trilateral countries see interdependence as a weapon in this conflict between Western capitalism and the people of the third world, and the use of this weapon is called destabilization.
In the conditions there, the amount of satisfied would actually French would destabilize you because you are fighting against your own people. Already almost lifestyle no low. Now if you say the measures ubabi a subsidy on electricity ukaya then ka buy tia kakrama etima before yes yivri almost tia ntimi ntua ene nya no nkonkopɛ wo destabilize your mind enti no de ne ehunu ebi no afei sa na tie dia yenkɔhwɛ conditions no a de man ye ne ehwɛ Ghana ye call the say next future.
Trilateralism, the Trilateral Commission and a link for World Management, edited by Wholesale, page 473. Mufasa picture no to some for.
Enti de kumia ba ni say. Ukai one wi a ye be hwɛ sanya Ghana.
Okay.
Yetu anamo no.
Okay.
Ansa no waba abe di kan no number 1 no. Ye nhwɛ.
Enti of ma men kan soro no kra.
Yeah.
Okay.
The conditions. The men kan ho. Ye hwɛ conditions where they are my no.
Me ba no na da so no. Na mum ye gyan ni ahyase afi 1 ho. Conditions no. The condition 1. I say abolition or liberalization of controls on foreign exchange and imports by the recipient nation. That is, the reduction of any form of protectionism against US or European goods, investment and free trade. And we are one.
And only a barbershop.
Okay.
It's only a barbershop, yeah. Next picture. Yes, abolition of or liberalization of controls. Muni control Ghana saying.
Of I say abolition or liberalization of controls on foreign exchange and imports.
Any
by
imports.
The recipient nations. That is the reduction of any form of protectionism against US or European goods, investment and free trade.
Next picture.
Next picture no I say People's Daily Graphic, 7th June 1987.
Oh, I don't know so.
Okay. I say liberalization improves market situation. Report.
Internal liberalization improve markets. Next picture.
Daily Graphic, 7th December 1990. Ghana stands for liberal trade system. Yahaya.
Who do Yahaya?
Yahaya and a Kanye.
Oh no, Kanye. Sabre no secretary for trade.
Okay.
Socialist masses near Oka liberalization. And Konano. Sabre Ghana liberal trade no ya sumpa.
Yeah, Juma.
Juma.
Okay.
They say the freedom of price control. Ya Bagu. Next picture.
Next picture near Daily Graphic, 18th May 1994. Ghana's liberalization and privatization. Mufasa picture no so and to so from my. Okay.
Next picture.
Daily Graphic, 15th April 2003. Trade liberalization, the role of the private sector. Mufa and also and to so from my. As a liberalization na graphic in a reporting ke say.
Sir,
yeah people no yeah
because I don't know Bruce who say yeah any next picture.
People's Daily Graphic 1st January 1988 modalities on foreign exchange bureaus mofa eno so ento so
eno what would it buy say there ye self-free control of currency no so there and the kwan mo be fa so a mo betimi set up foreign bureau no ya the guidelines number conditions are so satisfy and them so go through na wo so timi babaye now trading in dollar no e buy the trade because you see there you two and more liberalization. Next one. Next picture.
Okay. Next picture no People's Daily Graphic 20th September 1986. First foreign exchange auction takes place. Mofa eno ento so emfa mayen. Okay.
Na eno no e ba no Ghana no more operate 2 system. You see window 1 any window 2 me there me la be minimum na be ban ko Honda. But say na e ba no na mobile bid nti mo be ko ni aye auction no ho. Na atimi ahu say dollar no na equivalent any exchange no say na be ban nti first auction no a Bank of Ghana ye no e na ba 20th September 1986. 86.
The first foreign exchange auction takes place. The first foreign exchange auction in the country took place at the Central Bank in Accra yesterday. In all, 75 companies and individuals participated in the auction but one was not accepted according to officials of the Foreign Exchange Auction Committee. Fake. The highest bid at the auction was 152 to $1 US.
What? In the first auction, you know, a bid and now $150 no, equivalent to 152 cedis.
So 152 cedis to $1 US. And the lowest was 90 cedis to the dollar. The auction attracted top banking officials and business executives. The whole event was unlike the usual auction of goods, whereby bidders will shout what they would want to pay for the dollar. The chairman of the Foreign Exchange Auction Committee, Mr. Yao Menu Sapon, unlocked the tall mahogany box.
Or describe what you see.
Okay.
But son of and sana bureau no eba individuals we ba set up obi dumo dollar na jawa money hono na jawa ko say rate no ye manwa
na jawo so waye
na jawo so waye de so ba be. Next picture.
Ghanaian Times, 1st December 1988. Protectionism killed third world honorable. So our bank, World Bank, men boss no. If no baba honorable, me kai pa say oba Ghana no na Flight Lieutenant Rawlings or the railway workers, you know more yet konongo rail line no. Nti ho no share bank boss no. Okay.
Meeting dia yenya o castle, yenya o railway line ho ya. Cause me many abu say me di mi kuro no esigi. Enti baba konabo no be kan say moye na mo protect mu local industries no a. Emwa already edi kan say monetary controls no. Mama US goods, European goods be a baby mama no kwan na emra. Mama protect local industries and say when musu ye sa na ma we nti no sa no a wonye free ho. Ho nto ni ehunu say mo tie conditionalities no. O de aba na.
Of that so. That's so that.
Oh, okay. Into na the no. Into obeka sa asem no wie ye pe. Every next speech idea see.
People's Daily Graphic, 24th February 1989. No mass protection for local industries. Dr. Boche. Ofa ento so my name.
Dr. Kosi Boche ba say na wa bank the work and there. Ma local industry bia mass protection. So we tawo. That's all the tawo fra bruchira ba no nkyere say e be ma wo mo ebe keep tawo no ya tawo de. Ono mbeko competition so obetimi a. So untimi so dia ene wa pack ene da ho. Enti insunsan so no de ne siye.
Ghanaian Times, 6 June 2000. 120 industries collapse. Mufa sa picture na to so for my.
Kan kakra mami.
Okay. That's on 6 June 2000 Times. And the buy. I say 120 industries collapse. I say lack of patronage of made in Ghana goods.
Lack of patronage of made in Ghana goods. Because abroche substitutes are back. And you know, abroche second hand crowd in Ghana original. Sadi adwin Sadi ade atu etrim. It is a sadia ya beji abroche die no. Na eja local no. Nsunsan so e bae no 120 industries collapse. Ya wa bank for pay na no nya ye no. Sadi on peso omu hu ye ya. Ela omu hu ye. Na na obibisa se enti mpanyimfo ya di program we ba mutumi feche ye hwehwemu ana. Yanko ani moy. O da men kan bi yanko na speaker ko beba.
Yo. The next picture no Daily Graphic 19 June 2009. Textiles firms collapsing. 21 down, only 3 surviving.
And the textile firms also we are see the same issue. Because I been Ghana boy get the boy started call China. Now China imitation. Yantuma papa near you know woma ye ni imitation. A big boom market. And the one echo akosum with textiles. One every Texas. One every here. Obebu amungu. Abremu. And it was a buy. Where the S. Structural adjustment too.
Daily Graphic, 24th September 2011. World Bank sees threat of protectionism.
And the way you know, industries you Google no. World Bank was say still some protecting industries no a threat. And yet, some we free honor. And the air cost on the movement cost. And yeah, dear young be dead. Enti munyi mani free okra na ebegu ayengu egu ayenya substitutes ya brem ene yatim ene ekone eba. Next picture.
Daily Graphic 30th May 2025. DBG AGI dialogue over reviving textiles garment industry. Mufasa picture na into some from
Development Bank of Ghana and Association of Ghana Industries almost started Jojo. We enter 30th May 2025. And we say, and the Kwan Ben, you have first one. You bet me a revival your industries and your garment industry.
Of a near Yana say, Sika way in an innocent your buy and I econo. Sir, you engage businesses in Iguno. I echo a cotton. It says, means a Sicano, yet a command.
Ah! And I didn't know because a men protective Vivian. Kick him bra. Near who send you city. Now, young court.
Yes.
And I don't know. Number 2 near day.
Number 2 no offer. Me yam crash me na me hu kra me hu nya me nkampo. Also devaluation of the exchange rate. Currency devaluation.
Currency devaluation. Next picture near day.
Next picture no Martin Meredith, The State of Africa, a history of 50 years of independence, page 372B.
Stage by stage.
Okay. Because picture no and that's no baby alpha market no and I kind no. I say stage by stage. The currency was devalued, falling from just under 3 cedis to the dollar in 1983 to 450 cedis in 1992.
And you know, you buy and say you devalue Ghana currency, no. As I bet 3 cedis to $1, no. And I be sure say me pay a movement of 450 cedis
in
$1 in 1992.
Because of your Juma DS and your Maswata.
I want your young corner next picture.
Ayade, papa.
Next picture.
Next picture, no, Ghanaian Times, 16th July, 1988. Reviving saging economies. Devaluation vital. Pacho mo fast picture into some farmer.
Engineer the aba say revival sagging economies in India and the devaluation in who here. Yentimi me sika ni overvalued. See it we devalue now for you a smoothness level. Yeah, the article we aba near Nianti. Next picture.
Ghanaian Times, 19th July 2000. I say no further devaluation of the CD bishops.
The Roman Catholic bishops are that. So, bro, I will be asked, what would devalue Scandinavia? Because they said, you're trying to Next picture.
The Accra Mail, 13th April 2000. Black market is back. Mufasa picture into some farmer.
Because the forest bureau where they battle. Black market anymore grassy. Because they say no dollar no. You call black market view. Uko bureau hoduma. You be yenya you be biama kama. And so by 2000, you know. Order for was masamba. And obaya ebesine. Oba sitra.
Na wa sitra.
Next picture, young content.
Ghanaian Times, 3rd November 2011, reduce lending rates to encourage borrowing.
And who number 3 no, unko train.
Okay, into main kind third point in Asana Yako. Third one I say domestic anti-inflationary practices such as control of bank credits.
Say to be control bank credits. You making sure say you be pay them send ya enkofo nya kwa magiska.
High interest rates.
Interest rate we da kwa jenku a dia. Interest na obetua no. Wa obenu hu se okoje bosia no.
And higher central reserve requirements.
Enti so bi so obi banka. Mo mani hu se one start kwa kwata no. So reserve no etimi yese. Conditionality adima no. Ye hwe Ghana. Next picture, daily to me.
Next picture, no, and then I Canada, Accra, Ghanaian Times, 3rd November 2011, reduce lending rates to encourage borrowing. IEA.
Chamekayo, think tank of way. Oh, Nimsa say in the tank or the way the Beba. Oh, Tinjan, I can say, ya miem, and go for Yakwan Conco Boris can tear and can reduce. Now, maybe I say more address it to one. Oh, can't I buy? Or no, who might be son of corner, or better their own worker. Only Muntino, or the Abba, reduces any encourage borrowing.
Ghanaian Times, 16th November 2012. Banks tighten credit for SMEs,
small, medium enterprises, households.
Box study reviews.
And the Bank of Ghana study review say, I said that, and I say, and tighten credit, no. Air conditionality. We make sure the back a credit. Hey, bet we are satisfied. Now you're trim.
Until of a graduate who will school and come up Pesica establish a ship be as of our baby.
That's a structure that's very ungas way guy. Oh, what to clean up a while would do when I had what to
Daily Graphic, 5th November 2008. Interest rate still too high, says interest rate still too high, says and Champim Henny. But I'm first picture into some for my next picture no public agenda 15th March 2010. Ghana's interest rate highest in Africa. Hey, Ghana's interest rate highest in Africa.
That's Mitra.
Daily Graphic, 22nd July 2010. Interest rates must go down. JNCCI.
Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Yo.
Oh, Ghana almost we say no buy. Ghana me just almost directed to when. Yeah, where they are so bank on. No, they all can no Martins maintain. There was the conditionality we are solving. Me there na me come tie wo asem. Na me ka say me baba ye. Me there next picture.
Next picture, no. Ghanaian Times, 4th April 2011. Interest rate still high. Trade Minister. Mufa enu to some farmer.
Minister kura ni mo. Enu the conditionality here you are. You know, over there. Next picture.
Daily Graphic, 25th June 2011. Interest rates too high. Parliament. Yeah, Parliament. Of I mobile.
Yes.
Of I yakwegu. Che enkrofo minister ni a whole parliament no mo je yemu ye isi anem for nim say structure adjustment and na ye we nim nyina ye we nyina.
Ani ne de ombehu. Ah.
As a me.
Yeah, last picture.
Where the anya kra o.
The last picture.
Daily Graphic, 11 September 2015. Finance houses must meet minimum capital requirement.
Also that under pressure. Make sure say sika ni vote bukura no na njesi. Ni na your conditionalities. Where this is just the beginning. Oba dey me ahodia next week. You better try and go with this. Coffee pedas.
Over Mbacho, Ebusiani Nina, Eda was say. Over say, we are just the beginning. Now, beginning point, I'm a yamashimi. Ebusia, we beginning point, and I'm a yamashimi. Yampenny for our parliament. Yampenny for Mudi and just say, or Munim, a deal with Hoshe. And one is idea, no, sir, a dear corner. A dear room to say, ye quiet, say, yet, I say, I'm a near cool, so woo, and none say a quiet near cool. Because Benjamin Mudi and Nimino, bon. Amunim she yo me fa messages kakra na fe maba yebra penny Israel ho we say please my name is Nyakon boss I can't sit I'm shaking Obroni is bad yo we need dia or the buyer no keep up the marvelous work time to liberate our minds from chains and bondage. Yusuf from Kunsu. Okay, we so there or the buyer and no. According to Ecclesiastes 7:14 and Proverbs 16:4, don't you think the Creator created these groups? We see them evil for this purpose. If so, the day will fall. Why should we have problem if they are doing what they were created for? Obibini deche kwau obomin okay yo onso dia odi abano no okay me pa cho baby ye du no ye be ko ye bra panyi ho na ni owo no odi amayen bra panyi ida ma kwa ba bio yin se bia be ko
oh yeah
okay yen say me kra e dane dwumadie no nyina dia ma na busia na te won ka che
me chia ahwefo nyina
ahwefo agye so
I feel
ama feel papa ai
mbapa na ifu kakra
sa
na kwa ye nyuma kakra
ya
afa ma fa kwan so ada opene bi a owo keje bi fofo vi
Allah
fofo man kache fofo vi that's it akpe entina me ba ho entino maba asamu a afa ya kan si ya ekomo obi bia we enama Africa ahwiase so o hweme na se o badia asamu se araho eje bia no ebe wiase na obawo ma oye japade
sa Sana Bible crack can.
Yes. Oh, I'm here, Mamba. And Jimbiala. Obale. Oboblano. Oba what is a padesa bia, the ma. Omoba, omomre. Right?
Yeah,
Obia no pese, the ma. Obufuna sinu, abe yasino, omebre.
Yeah.
Enti ejew, and no. Obobla, odu bitu achi. Obodo bi se bia, o si fie kwa se bia, o man ba, o mada bontin. Hwe enema afa kan si ai. We what do you mean? Ghana company mako 120
Afiase.
and ahwiase. Ghana how?
Na sabako fa nipa 50 kura. Anka her number of workers are employed.
Yeah, I'm all for here pa. Asoma kana a such 10 commandments.
Of course. Asopa.
Yeah.
Sir.
I come so yeah. I'm telling you. That's a juma that's a good juma. That's a net. You see free juma dia. Now it's
120 companies.
Minimum crowd. Because school no. Here time no MVTI. That's a okay 1 year now. Second year. Now companies no ebe school hono ebe share workers. That time no me yo. I was saying me say open na efu what the girl. Me Ofanche bia o. MVTI. Technical school no. Companies no ebe school hono at the application but was say you hear workers for practicals. Because so dey try worker. Nti obo school no na odobotom
Ayede school ni a otimi ehwe ne ho kra wo school awofo
mam say na on school fees
oboa no
bi sika say abeja che
je
of side after practicals.
That's all.
ama bibia ba obotom
Ko be fe no laptop in a sick of the terrain after no
tema
yes no the small boy school no school at there. Yeah, who is school? Labor office. Companies on the I will go some pay a depa. Look at today.
you come maintain the whole dada
Oh, look at today. Look at today. And then me.
and no me
I go put boy via.
you can e
Telling
crop
you.
here
I didn't know. Via po I didn't know.
I say ewu
I didn't know.
nya adwuma
On your companies companies. Marco
120
I don't need.
ene dodo na ye sorry dan ah ko he ni pe gusa sorry dem ho e bom pa ye pe dwuma
Tell minimum crap no. Kede. La company ko ho no o mo ye matches.
men kai pa
Yes.
kede Mr. Father okoye ayi wo ho
And na Philadelphia I don't change ya. O da ya sorry.
wabeji
YouTube yeah.
na ma wadwuma ezeli
Opa, company I feel better 500 no.
ene
YouTube yeah.
hey na ma wadwuma isa aba waba over the one bida
Sa company na fa na e fe the promotion o na shift.
sa e no pa
Na kade na ahokyere eni kade.
Na sisi
Confidence no machine so nyina no ensade nyina ni firi hono mo the good kind.
asan ni nyina oja anya ai matches no kwa adwuma na ekoso se omo mo twa timba omo twa nnua no eye e ma ebi no adwuma omo twa nnua no da mo dia ba omo kaka e di sade ni nya drive ban sana be do factory sana factory ni pa sanfa
Offer the second company na omo employ me omo scholarship in terms of burden. Let me say that papa ad me ko tama omo ko hu company fe na akasa no ma
radio.
okay
Wow.
me ko hu bi
Anyway.
na edua o radio edua akasa no ma na wado adama awo ho so akasa no ma TV ehuni edua fo no kada mo ba e pon a mo ko na foforo so aba na adwuma na enye na nka brode krom kwa da hanu mo
kwa den
brode krom na sabe okote fi a
uno akọ
black man be krim to mame my god holy Moses
why Moses krom
na brode akote fi o say baby ni come and wash my clothes for me I'll give you £2 none hopeful because one year on Africa I didn't try 120
nyuma egu
company mako 120 je guno
na Texas as well and one the other way
afa
ya good ni na
o de ni na si we ni o ko na be ka mako na o Aro
ho book ba ko bi ode man opposite 300 o companies e Google or Ghana 300 o de Texas ni ade se ka ho a 300
yeah minimum crab no e filter kwade o de kwata kwa Google on fe no bonsa how na o ma ya ta
bonsa ties
koba fe no koba mwa
ka koba
ka koba
Israel sodium na me ye twa ye ho aba ye ba dwumadie no ye besan atoa so abusiafo ye ba sisi a
yasanyo akwanu mana yasanyo akwanu mana yasanyo okromoto wa matias osigoni wa matias sai okromoto wa matias sai Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesun Eche no toni ba eche no dia sansi akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo Okromoto wa Matias Osigoni wa Matias sae Okromoto wa Matias sae Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesun Eche no toni ba eche no dia sansi akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo Okromoto wa Matias Osigoni wa Matias sae Okromoto wa Matias sae Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesun Eche no toni ba eche no dia sansi akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo Okromoto wa Matias Osigoni wa Matias sae Okromoto wa Matias sae Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesun Eche no toni ba eche no dia sansi akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo Okromoto wa Matias Osigoni wa Matias sae Okromoto wa Matias sae Amuna oba ye krumse oba betray yamesun Eche no toni ba eche no dia sansi akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo akwanu mana dia sanyo
wani guso a hoto dwumadi a MD Wake Up Africa Royal Television so onim say ifidie na yedi dwuma na mfidie de etoda saa na tie na light nso so eno nti momfa nkyɛn sɛ aba ne saa ye toa so Israel
ezi
ye kɔ yanim
de meka nyina no sɛ asan sɛ broni pɛsɛ ɔbrɛ yase ahu bibini energy a broni su
papa eno korɛ saa pepe na tie
bibini ɛsan kwan no
na aye broni areho
ɛgya wadwo nkɔfo ni ade
eno ya
no of our plan for the South Structural Adjustment Program. Omo de ba ya no, ye pe no no, o man tiase. O so ko school. One tiase. Nti mon ton moduma say 800 million dollars. Nti na company akoma 120 ye gunu nyina.
We industrial area for the nkwa na 120 yenkɔ ne adeso.
Ye gunu nyina o.
Ebi ade American ever ready battle.
Yan kwa la na be school a o munya djuma nye.
Serious.
Na hade se egu adwuma ne edibie asole ya ade a affect oman no ene se asole ne sofo no ne yere ne ma no mba enjoy but church no
maka nyina
o sofa enti no mba video bi me video ba ko pe no video 1 unti asama opene bi na oka na fontie pa
okay
asama na pene bi na oka
yo
bro no kan sa so tell no on the djuma no ekosoro
sa
but what there go djuma oso atie no ogunuma nyina amana wo ma ebre ti asama pene bi kan ye video 1
MC Ampacho Israel video 1 mufa mumma yehwe Israel video 1
Yes, the problem we have today is we are praying more than we are working. We're manufacturing our own yachts and exporting them. We manufactured a car called Waffle. Soon after the coup, they destroy the industries. Now we do not even manufacture nails. We import everything. We can afford to close a factory, turn it into a church, and pray to God for a job. Does it make sense? Pray or they do aniba. There's prayers put food on the table. Africans, we must wake up. No manna is going to fall from heaven. We have to sweat for it. They should bring back all the industries that they closed and let us start working for our today and tomorrow for generations to continue. Ghanaians, the problem we have today is we are praying more than we are working. We're manufacturing our own yachts and exporting them. We manufactured a car called Waffle. Soon after the coup, they destroy the industries. Now we do not even manufacture nails. We import everything. We can afford to close a factory, turn it into a church, and pray to God for a job. Does it make sense? Pray or they do aniba. There's prayers put food on the table. Africans, we must wake up. No manna is going to fall from heaven. We have to sweat for it. They should bring back all the industries that they closed and let us start working for our today and tomorrow for generations to continue.
Abusia sabiri wani guso a wo hye Wake Up Africa Jumadi Royal Television so na yewura na okasa no o se yetumi enwuma yetumi egu nwuma yi nwuma na fio ne ede ya sorry pacho obisa se odwene ho a wangasa o se odwene ho a o nze wadwene no ewo ho eye adwuma enti ye we nyina Israel sorry ne dem no mo ye obekọ no
papa okasa no.
Oh okay.
Ante TV3.
TV Africa. Mr. Kwansa.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Kumi, you be brebasa. Obe say that's when you adwuma ocha
bo na hwe se opapa aboka you watete wa fitin kola be ma de wa ko school nim say ni da so
I don't say you will die and go to heaven.
Asan.
No.
Asan.
I feel like
now be do aso dem.
Mompaye. So phobia. Ote oduma so. Ote nko so. Ode ahoma tuntum a kire wasene onko enu mompaye. Obi ajai. Jesus.
In the name of
Jesus. Accommodate. Obi
the fast obi aye ne yam by 3 days no ogusu ya.
Adwuma na gu no fa. Adwuma na gu no.
Egu.
Tade den call video 2.
Video 2. Abusia, MCA. Pato mu fa video 2 engu man.
Africa. Shit.
Countries, factories are being closed and they are being converted into church buildings. You see many critical institutions which ought to run being converted into church houses where no productivity is there. There is no production at all. It's just consumption and the collection of tithes and offerings. In many African countries, factories are being closed and they are being converted into church buildings. You see many critical institutions which ought to run being converted into church houses where no productivity is there. There is no production at all. It's just consumption and the collection of tithes and offerings. In many African countries, factories are being closed and they are being converted into
Abusia Sabri when it goes so I will share Wake Up Africa. Na sa djuma de we de me say one try with TV ho a we fi a wa yo ho. Sa na sweater adjustment wo ne de ableye. Hwe enya sa na enya Ghana ha gwa o. Africa nyina. A che say institutions are anka hwe compound no ko tin say enya djuma ketwa o. Anka hwe nipa e be form a. Ena ni nyina no sofo eti hwe number of science institution no anke betua wo no ene sa sika ni nya rada no ogye sa sika ni nyina ko ekogu ni botom no ne mma na yere ne mma awon de yom hu
me wura hoyi
me ho
da me de ba mo chef ejimo no me de ko ye no na omo se nton trakransa
okay
from tese na omo bontwene na much de enka ebrada enka hodin Friday no makata no sorry no no go ka dia e wo e chiro no
anti ye bontwene sa
yeah much no me ko ya e de funaka esiwo e cement mienu egum ana mlanche bebri aso mo lai nti no opeja alaka na nam de sumo ko ho e say ho ade asa won asa na ya fa e fenipa almost so from
nti omo de ye omo ye practical ye
omo ye practicals na efrum odu te da cement no ana ye de ye efrum no so unnem
okay so ye say wi ansa na ya fa o
ye trenu asa ya employ o bi sa boy ba ko say na okwa asore o say boss mo kwa asore okwa school o say we wie Central University otaba school o wie no job until no ya foul o say me bomb pass the family wow ofa na o me da kan so mo kwa ho na ye botchene o sa kosi o say on say urade me bentu nya djuma we da
just an interview no mo ye no
yes
Papa let us say
hade boy bi
urade
mo no hu na say also ode blanding abed manumu not ni pay no ekosoro e san say e comedy ni pa mo hwe video 3
busiam si a munja video 3 engu maye mere kra ho
I started way back 2007 as I was in SHS. I was doing that to, earn something and then pay my school fees. So at the same time, I was doing the waiting service and doing power bearing. I saw the first people who started it, and then they called me to join them and then work together. In Ghana here, you have to be creative to move ahead. You can't be at one place. So at first, people were using all black. When somebody is being buried, you know, poor burials do wear black. So I decided, no, let me add color. So I decided to add varieties, buy my own suits, buy the shoes, buy everything, and then we started from there. And then I got people to join me, people to train and stuff. Right now I've got into, and I'm working for my own. I'm on my own now. So that means a day before that, I don't have to sleep. I have to make sure all the things are outside, the shoe being polished, and then the suit being polished well, putting on the medals and everything. And then I have given them the time already. They will get here, and then they will come and wear their uniforms, and then I will dispatch them with their leaders where they are going. Assuming it's Scottish skirt is 800, and when it is navy green 900, and then the all white goes for 1,000, 1,002, and there. I make sure I take time over my suits, how we dress, to differentiate us from different power bearers, because we have competitors and they don't meet up to our standard. That doesn't mean I have to be there. There is a saying that the sky is your limit, but I have to push further. We always improve on our choreography, on our dancing. We bring in more styles to suit people, for people to know that, yeah, you, these power bearers, you are unique in your display.
That is the maximum respect that we can give to such a burial person. In fact, it's quite impressive, and we have to encourage it, because you have to pay your last respect. But the person has been on this earth for quite a long time, and you have to give him a befitting burial.
It doesn't have any meaning in our traditional culture. It doesn't have any meaning. Religiously, they don't do this. Traditionally, we don't do this. So we don't know where we can fit it in. But it has come to stay. More or less, it has come to stay.
Because they don't want to cry anymore. Some people too, whether they want to cry or not, we make them cheerful. We make them happy because of what we are doing. People are cheering them up. Oh, yeah, you are doing great thing. Because you people made us to laugh, not to cry.
Abusia yɛn nyinaa yɛ ho nea ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ yɛn man yi mu na areho yɛn deɛ abranteɛ no deɛ ɛyɛ ɛnɛyi nea abɛto no ɛna onim sɛ ɔyɛ no sɛ nea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛma ɔno nso ne nsa bɛkɔ n'ano aba ne sa ti ɔnyɛ ne sɛn sɛ ɔdane daniani ma otumi yɛ ne yie na papa bi kasae ɔse wei in our society, in African society. I say ye who be a young fixing young fan say ye be can say we a den ade we society ni mu. Onipa wu a yen e bibi man say enanke ye nana. There is nothing eni ho na bakosem ni ho. And so empanyifo structure adjustment. Niema etumi de ba no. Ai Ghana fo empanyifo atena se ahwa amenne. Nanka ifun kura de opa oye religiously amo amose mu ye religious na amose mu ye yi no ifun de anka wo se oye obi a wo te wo ba de animu a fun de wo nko hu obekọ funu hu a na ye eben eye wo oye ba oye ja oye na eben oye busua close e le fun kura de otimi akon na we de wo de aye wadwuma mo na mo kosoa na hwe asade ni niam a mo yi ehu we na offer say yenhwe bi Israel fani Israel say yenhwe Ghana youth no yenhu na fe yenhye ne nsua ade mfim na ne sese yeye no yenhye asempagya ye homre so na we enye ye nwumani nya we na hese yeye ye na nanu matetefo nya we na mo yeye wu na mo wo niema papa bi akwasi broni kwasi kokko ba ye obisua ye ai ne odisa ne ma we nyina brɛn hwɛ ne ekoso enti yese yemfa nhye hin sana papa no obizae Israel
na wo mama se obaba enyini
we
o de be ma be fi
we
da bi mi ka ma
mi me bi awo ka ko
obi je ska o enti o de obaba o de be ma be fi daddy wona be se o wale mi o first thing wona se branti ejuma be na o ye le modo Paul Bella
say broni kasa no ye ka bia na ye de o ye bi say me ba aje juma na branch o ye me asofunu yen ka entia say obi adwuma o ba hwe ense say ba ne sa
kumi anya adwuma it's on the job
when nya adwuma o ma anna swata da so tadi we nyina
omo ye better gas no o say bra you want more na cent
of course
wom
ebe wo ho
ntia na yetumi twabi
akoti se
na ntwabie no we de ba ye video 4
so atrama
mama ye nto aso ye video ne so MCR
o say emu ne bo na bon nti hwede ba ye
ẹni ni bi wetu o so we for so we ya o ni na so abusia wani guso a wo hwe eye Wake Up Africa djubadie Royal Television so na obenya we ya we ya djuma we ya djuma na we wabusia ni na say yes pay last respect na we ekoso na we yesia ayo how Eyo how abusia yeah Israel me I don't know ya me go akra ho me ho
all because 120 industries
abu
no
aka some men say benya adwuma ye ho ha nyina na na ese so force so
program
structure adjustment
na me small girl na o de be ma be fie
siafunu
daddy
nganya me do
be ma be say onu tunani abu tubia oye de juma Paul Bella be se mentia se he ba ozo ah Kemi Shano so do at the truck
of course
na siso na truck puja no opushi na bisa for no etiro no omo piano omo bia omo de nsuo ne haban bi awo problem efunu ya mefunu adwuma no ho bodo se ye nton adwuma mama ye 89 million dollars nti ya ton ye nyuma nyina ahun susaso ebi wura ho ha
mo boys me kaza me hu kra mo nyina adwane
twade bodo na baka sa kire ye no se ye nton adwuma no zukum de adwuma ayadose wo ho no Ghana for say I had the man atonton adana sorry nje ko pe baby awo ho aye in this kind of a plane nje fa slow way next video
yo Israel say mo ma yenhwe the next video eja abusuafo Africa bibifo omu ni sika o be fa plane cause ene obeka so be call UK one more kakra bia be 500 million oni sika no open so onye adwuma nye because atonto onwuma ni nyina kwan ben so no befa slow way okope pumbe ship mba bi di no ho akosie no akọ mo hwe na ye to o man.
The transit of immigrants through the Mediterranean Sea is a painful chapter in the global migration crisis. Thousands seek to reach Europe by sea, and it has been called the deadliest route. These people travel in unsafe boats without much protection and guided by smugglers. Aware of the exodus, several NGOs have taken on the task of rescuing them, but some governments turned their backs on them by closing their ports, banning their work, and prosecuting their activists. The journey that thousands of people undertake from Africa to Europe is uncertain, a dangerous journey over the Mediterranean Sea and aboard ships where its arrival and its destination will be an almost impossible task.
They can shoot people like that, people dying every day. Yeah, Libya is not good.
My baby! My baby! My baby!
In international waters and far from the coast, migrants find a glimmer of hope. Hundreds are rescued on the high seas thanks to the work of non-governmental organizations. In humanitarian ships, which often exceed their capacity, they are taken to Europe, but before reaching the mainland, they encounter different obstacles. Since 2014, more than 20,000 migrants and refugees have died at sea while trying to reach Europe from Africa. More than 17,000 of those have been on the central Mediterranean, which is described by the UN as the most dangerous migration route in the world. As communities become poor, more people gain the abilities to undertake an expensive journey for a better life elsewhere. Illegal immigration from Africa to Europe is significant. Many people from underdeveloped African countries embark on the dangerous journey to Europe. In parts of Africa, particularly North Africa, Morocco, Mauritania, and Libya, trafficking immigrants to Europe has become more lucrative than drug trafficking.
There needs to be, I think, frankly, greater empathy for the plight of these women, men and children who are seeking a better life. Part of the solution obviously involves dealing with the situation in Libya and making it safer.
Illegal migration to Europe usually occurs by boat via the Mediterranean Sea. Many migrants risk serious injury or death during their journey to Europe, and most of those who claim for asylum are deported back to Africa.
Abusia when go so a wo share eye dwumadie Wake Up Africa dwumadie Royal Television so haya na obenya no na mobo such adjustment o Ghana Parliament ekwajiba ya sa omukura no minister kra nim na de ban Parliament nim na de ban na nso makwaji aba enu bi na ama yenuanom obi aba oba otiem where is my baby I can't see my baby nkola obi awo or siki greener pasture oni adwumaye obeden survivor when obeden wadidi tiene kwan bia so wo nkwankwa mpanyufo mahu structure adjustment be e de ebibi man Africa yen youth no ebi ye talented pa o sango for years and ebi ye very talented pa na so madawroma structure adjustment munnim na de ban na makofa banti na ne to mu youth ni we nyina muhu panyifo ni hu pa so inform ho aba ko sinsan ade a won tie ase no de aba betra parliament na oye yodium yeah ne ya pass na ne amode ye ni Israel
to me the last word and mo be of him be and say we are young boy young girl o shemia abruchire scan ho Ghana hasi skawa aha ye di wa ha so to bo ase so o de no kure die eye adwuma o be make and catch it never too late Ghana hasi so so ye adwuma o de no kure die eye adwuma when mu wa said that man try slow way men go so afunu na vampire ni adwuma den so no so democrat no ye tukwan ho that time we to make it there we can make it manosi
Israel ye da say Israel say menko odofo onua a wo hwe yen sika wa ha na ompa monko abrofo ni bi documentaries o maye ene nse wo mo kafa Africa ho ebinum se aya omu se abibi man Africa youth no ye ba omukrom ho a aya na omre aho isa so mu dodo na person komunya ya na nka ye jai Africa asase no dia mom Africa man ne ke jamom to mu se ye ba ho a obi se kura even edan ya yebesiasi won se electrify dan ni nyina kwa na emu tena kwa edin abrofo na bi documentary o maye no so edan no fie na wasi no ya electrify asase ni fie ni nyina asakwa ansa no watimi atrem we wekwasi nipa ni abreso obekọ ho ni nyina ya se yenuanum bi no fa Israel wa bi adwuma ma no kora so wonye no so se na wo kan onfa no kore na kase timu pobone na ode asai wadwuma ye papa no bi first no minim senka panyifo ni bitimi hwe yufusa no aso mu ohwe wo no kora ni wade a wo ye no bo homodin bo no o se mayese mede we ama bobra ene eni ho minim se panyifo bi wo sika gudem pa a wo nyanko mbebie enwuma ma yufufo no bi nanso yufufo no ya ene ya bra bonti ya nsesa na ye ni no kora ebeboa ye monfa eye number no to so man ane mo betimi afre e de asim na ye ne mo a eye adwuma no ato adwuma ne so ye fa messages any calls enti mo betimi afre e de aba we say please at first things like this were not there. The truth must be told, and we the youth we need to learn what elderly people will teach us. Please, thanks for Wake Up Africa. I'm Nelson Nuno Tego, watching you live from Kukrobite. Okay. Hello, Udini Fakwa Alfrefi.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Atamo mo te saying
oba dia dom ye ho ye pa na so e
yo poku dan kwa me mo nyina ha I promise to Kupiapia me kase picture chima.
Okay, yanko.
Na ya da mo ase ene bu amobu eni. Na me wo Mr. Kumi na me kase chow program na mo ye no enye politics. On fanya politics because last 2 weeks we are politics be o ma poku dan kwa ma ka chow say o comment na wo ye no eno na obi ma won So yes, data in a date me no a bien who particular na was so a my Ghana about the do sabring. And the bill or trap a radio station, a TV station, who became the mocha, and a mutton tongue, and why you say, and so no, you will see on them streets, nobody are bad when you buy. Maybe until the train, I'm going to go to the school. Tabia kwamba na mimi mama wa yako Fransa apa Fransa si jaswa ye bien temre akwa mi ye start to ton ntino ye da mwasi ni bia mo Ghana ko ye hwe ye hu be dia sa wo nya fi ye si nyina ani ye si bia mo keka bia no ye hu particular no mu wo so wo ma Ghana ho akire ye da mwasi ya
ye da say we thank God for your lives and this program from Santu Bia wa okay yo hello
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm here for
yo
I'm doing for tomorrow for you tomorrow. Papa here for Papa also. Oh, Mama, so when I'm talking to her on the
yeah, that's it. Yo, please, nasty boy. So what about those who do mortuary work? Is bad or okay? Also do the aba. Hello, dini fakwa ofrefi. Hello, dini fakwa ofrefi. Okay. Enti yempanyifo no. Eye nim na wonim ana eye abro because they behaving like do atakojo wahen from apel wawase near. Okay, hello dini papa frefi.
Oh, but next week half past what's the again?
Okay, got your yetio.
Mira mwatene mcheche na muri cheche wano na mama anyasa makai provide muku school na muku school ye che atoje ye che adibia na mbite question bia we dey ebia ye che che mu mu ta je ni buy ene de no akoye different ama akoye ama menya ajufu mu because na uche mpemfo na mo ye ta de no omu pia proper because enya taade no paadia anka sisi ana anka minim se bibiri na aka Africa bibiri na omu ko posom ko wi aka taade na ti ana mpese bisa se sisi ana taade na ba na ama yegu company ni na dia ya aso no sisi a yembu sa share dan no yenye company na na se yentan ko papa to fuso na yenye company fuso ma yenga na fo African for na yintumi edumanye ewo ha
yo ye da say say empanyifo no be dia tomumpo dia no be jai structural adjustment na chi dia ene be boa ene be ma so person obi campaign obetimi abie. Good afternoon, great teachers. Really, what you have been teaching is very important to everybody in the country because it will make people understand the reality of what is happening. This will go a long way to reduce undue pressure from our leaders since they don't understand what they are doing. God bless you all. From Bright Sefi Bekwai. Okay. Hello, Dini Fakwa Ofrefi.
Hello.
Hello, Dini Fakwa Ofrefi.
Hello.
Udini Fakwa Ofrefi.
Bacho kwani ni nkato kitu.
Okay, yetio.
Na mabi yen odo mabi mochi ya burgo sisi. Ba ni amuke ni na yuki.
Okay, say so please, can't you deliver this book to the president and his ministers? Kojo Odumase. Okay. Hello, Dini Fakwa Ofrefi. Hello, Dini Fakwa Ofrefi.
Jamie Frank, Mikati, Winneba.
Okay, yetio Frank.
The picture. You want sisi na
market application citizens, you know, young Kwalana. My game to the say, yes, not speaking here. Quite then, young yen number for that's a best. No, yeah.
Well, I need to just see San Frebium now for question Brebium. Happy Father's Day to you all. Job 600 stands for the Total Firms establishment by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana for all Africa. Nkrumah never dies. Okay. Hello, Dini Fakwa Frefi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
But I wake up African.
Nipacho, I know also now we yet you.
But what you are doing now, you know, getting a new in the Maswati. Some woman now moving the car location, railway's location, no case passport or tabo, or taquadi, no phone. No bar, but a woman now. What is clean and a woman? See, I'm way by what is Jane. Also, by getting your most telling me through. Start my way by you or him. But the moment the brave public class, Nanka, Udaran Kababway. Oh, a man I am a 2 quarter Kuma. Oh, man, I said, don't go up a woman this year, man. It's a same point again, and bitches for the year. I've been on one, what's up to I didn't now? I can't bring it on now. If young people also, it was some people are buying on.
Yeda say aha ye more politics be a din ye politics wa ha o aya no obi ka say ye politics obi ka politics o ye politics wa ha ye ni tie no na ye ka hello dini fa kwa Frefi hello dini fa kwa Frefi okay ye nsa na asem ne tie no sa ene ye ka no ye politics ana say ye due politics biati me di political party biati ye tena ha anya hu dwumadi no hello dini pakwa
hello
yeah hello dini pakwa Frefi otie no
ho your family na me kasa fi de bi
okay mpacho ye tie o
mpacho my team program for the past 6 years 7 years class but no se no kwena mo kamo and Ghana for years before you say, and your politics. Oh, program no year, and your politics as a more. See a cocassa anyway, ye share almost say ye have brought from a choir almost a fossil over the years, ye Anthony for the choir Yahweh. So, because all choir politics, yeah, party banner and some more can be which make us a win one fee. Then party beer is included. Into we the own shabiano, not young shame you but you have to see. Now you wake up, you nimba you also say, the penny for the crown, you dear children, you don't say no, they are elking, and yet one, and you have not set you for my and Yabiano politics. A year near mammy, no politics, any by religion, a high name me to the Mashota and Mahu Sabia. Say Africa, politics, no religion.
Yo, yeda wasiye pa wofa obi say obi the message bia ba na o say wofa a politician indeed nature will judge you shame unto you hey me wafa din so ama I see hey ebisia eyasemo aha yenya politics o ofa trasia onfa MPP hu no onfa NDC hu no onfa PNC whether oye hin na oye akokọba tan oye buru oye onfa obia ho eye nia Ghana ene ye hawa ye nya enye Ghana nko awo abibiman ye hawa ye nya na kwaya ti say ambia message na eba no some people are not able to comprehend emi say emu duro ne say na tie no emu yedu chain ebinum entinema omu hu ba bi e so omu gina ne kwan omu befa so mese omu betimi aso asem nim na afei omu tagi obi se me meti yi politics and na ofa ka che me nya politics o ne ofa kan no na me di akiri asa me ni party bia me nye party bi me bi mma me line mu but yetena ha ayadwumadie na esese yedi no na yedi. I'm David, watching you live from Takwa. I wonder if Ghanaians is watching this program. Yo, abusia Kumase yesremo abusia wo Kumase nyina no ene ne potem oboase ne mo amaka nyina konongo memenda ebai Kumase ye fundraising de aboa TV program radio program no Kumase mu panyi wuli ene edu to ne nsa frem panyifo aka nyina ne modom ne nyina se memendai momode na mu nyina mepiem na mo hwe na dwumadie no enwie peye nemfa anuonyam emfa mbre Kumase abusia aha na brebe me yakwan me de dwumadie nya ba wieye mpanyifo aminom di dwuma no eye wo fa yo poku dankwa wo executive director de Makwa Efene Freedom Mind Movement one ne ba Israel Nkrumah a ono so national coordinator de Makwa Efene Freedom Mind Movement ebia na esese open nsambisa bi bibi kire wadwene opese obi ne na di hu nkoma bisa na frɛ 0244686557 0244686557 bibia answer bia no onsa beka medine Kofi Kome me na metena dwumadie mse chami fo edamase akramu
ano a Christopher ahote